Okay, we're over at the Google Keyword Planner, and I'm just going to type in a seed word. Let's find a phrase that we can actually use in as an example. And we're on Add Group Ideas, and also we have Keyword Ideas over here. I'm going to go back to the Add Groups. Let's have a look at the best Android. Okay, here's a phrase. What is the best Android tablet? It's a long tail phrase with a cost per click suggested bid of 176. So it's a sort of phrase that somebody might target. Okay, and also because it's long tail, it should be easier to rank for than something like Android tablets or even best Android tablets. So how would we go about ranking for that? Well, the old way of doing it is to create an article. Now what I've done here is I've just made up an article. Basically it's mainly nonsense, and all I've done is to show you how we used to optimize for this. Is I've put the phrase in blue. You have the phrase as the title, probably as the file name, probably in the meta description, probably even in the keyword tags of the site, and then you'd have your text, and in dispersed amongst the text you'd have that phrase a number of times. That's the way we used to do it. That's the way it used to work. However, nowadays that is spamming, and Google will penalize the page. If it ranks for a while, it ranks for a while, but then it will get penalized eventually, and eventually you will lose the rankings, because this type of content is not written for the visitor. This type of content is written for the search engines, trying to tell the search engines, I want my page to rank for this. Therefore, I've put that keyword loads of times in the content, and that will just get you into trouble these days. So what I suggest you do is have a look at the pages that are ranking for this phrase. In fact, let's go and do that right now. I'm going to go over to Google. I'm going to go over to Google. Let's just pull up a few of the pages. Let's pull up the top 5 pages that rank for that phrase, not including the news item there. Okay, and let's have a look and see how many times they use that exact phrase on their page. I'm just going to bring up the search box. I've got the phrase typed in here. This page doesn't have it at all, 0 of 0, so that phrase isn't found on that page. Let's look at the next one. 0 of 0, that phrase is not found on there either. Let's look at the next one. 0 of 0, it's not found on that one either. And this one doesn't seem to have loaded. Let me go to the last one and search that page. 0 of 0, it's not found on that page. And it's not found on that page. Now this is actually something I brought to the awareness of my newsletter subscribers a few years back, and basically that Google is not necessarily ranking pages that have the exact keyword phrases on their web page, and we have to be a bit more clever than that. We have to start theming our content around the phrase. So what sort of words and phrases would you expect to find on a page that's written about basically what is the best Android tablet? And that's where I personally would use my Web Content Studio, which I developed a number of years ago now to help you theme pages. And let's go over there now. What you would do is you would go over to the keyword screen, click on the spider, well, I put page text there, click on the spider, and it will go away and look at the top 10 results and find the words and theme phrases and so on for this particular phrase. Now I'm not going to do it now, because if you want to see how the spider works, go over to the Web Content Studio website, and there are tutorials there which show you how to use the spider, so I'm not going to do that. I've already done it, and I did a very brief grabbing of theme phrases, and here they are. These are the theme phrases and theme words which I think are important, and this tool thinks are important to the phrase what is the best Android tablet. Some of these phrases don't make sense, so I wouldn't use them as they are, like this one, best tablets, best Android. However, on any page about what is the best Android tablet, you would expect to see certain things. You'd expect to see the makes of certain tablets. Okay, you'd expect to see a discussion of 16 gigabytes or 32 gigabytes or even 64 gigabytes. So this is highlighting that. Quad-core processor. People are interested when they're looking to buy what is the best, where they're looking what is the best Android tablet. They're going to be looking at the processor. They're going to be looking at internal storage. They're going to want to check prices. They want an HD display maybe. They're interested in pixel density, rear camera, front-facing cameras, digital media, card slots, special offers and promotions. They want information on the product. Google Play, well, that's the Android marketplace. Talk of operating systems, maybe they want to know about battery life. Jelly Bean is a form of is one of the releases of the Android operating system. Retina displays. There we go, 32 gig Wi-Fi versions, Android 4.2, Full HD, and so on. And this is the sort of thing that somebody actually wants to read in a page about what is the best Android tablet. So you remember this article? I've actually repeated the article, but instead put in some of those themed words and phrases, and let's see how that one looks instead. Okay, that's the title. That should be in blue as well. Right. What is the best Android tablet? And as they're reading through the article, they see the words and phrases you get on there: operating system, rear camera, front-facing camera, card slot, Google Play, battery life, pixel density, product information, quad-core processor, HD display, internal storage, check prices. Android tablets as a header: Samsung Galaxy Note, best Android, best tablets, Amazon Kindle Fire HD, Windows 8.1, Jelly Bean, the LG G Pad, Kindle Fire HDX, Samsung Galaxy Tab, Sony Xperia tablet, Google Nexus 10, Google Galaxy Tab Pro 16 of 32, iPad Mini, iPad Air, special offers, and so on. Now, which one is going to look better to Google? Well, this one is, because it covers more of the things that Google's looking for in an article about what is the best Android tablet. And when I show this to some people, they say, well, that's an awful lot of work to do put in an article. And my response is, as usual, if you want a page to rank well, it's got to be a good article, and it will take work. I can spend an hour or 2 or 3 hours writing a single article because I want it to be the best that it can be. And in order to get to the top of Google, what Google wants to do is they want to reward the good articles. They want the articles that deserve to be at the top to be at the top, and not stuff that people have manufactured to try to be at the top, like this one. So yeah, it's more work, but without a doubt, an article like this with theme phrases, and those theme phrases related to the main phrase, what is the best Android tablet, is a far better option. And if you have a keyword phrase like this which actually makes good sense, then put it as the title, but don't use it anywhere else on the page. You don't need it anywhere else on the page. Google are clever enough to work out what this article is about, especially if you've got other pages on your site linking to this one using that link text. Then you don't need incoming links with that link text. Google knows what it's about. That's your title. It knows that it's backed up by all the information on the page, phrases that it expects to find about comparisons of Android tablets. So there is a place for keyword research tools. You find out the phrases and keywords you want to rank for, the ones that people are searching for, but then you use slightly better tactics to get that page to rank. You look for theme words and phrases, and you don't have to have Web Content Studio to do that. You can go to the top 10 pages, look at their meta keyword tags if they've got them, just examine and study the top 10 pages and find the sorts of things that they're talking about, make notes on it, and then go and write your own article that includes those things. So that's how I optimize pages for specific keywords. This page would be optimized for what is the best Android tablet, and yet it doesn't include that phrase anywhere in the body content. I wouldn't even have to have it as a title. None of those top 5 pages use that phrase on those pages. And that's because Google is becoming a lot more careful about over-optimization, and it's penalizing pages that become too optimized. Pages like this one.